Garmin just arrived with new Fenix and Epix model. They had the Pro to it. And well, I do not have them with me. I actually have my Garmin Enduro 2. And I don't plan to change it. It doesn't bring much for me. But for some model, it's very interesting. So let's deep dive into it. I will start with the Fenix model and then we will jump to the Epix, which I think is the most interesting. So if we take a look at here on the web page, what do we have? We got they had Pro Solar and Pro Sapphire Solar. That's the two new model. You can find them into each model. So the 42 millimeter, the 47 millimeter, and the 51 millimeter. It's this. If I just look at the X model, it's the very same price as before. Actually, I'm in Canadian dollars. Sorry, and if we take a look at the highest model, the Sapphire Solar, it was at this price. So it's the same price. The new one is at the same price as, so there's not a new higher price. They just drop down the price of the older model and bring the new one to that old price point. Does it make sense? Okay, but what is the new thing on the Pro model? Well, it says just right here in edition, Pro model include premium feature like next generation heart rate sensor and built-in flashlight in all 3 case sizes. That's it. So the heart rate sensor at the back is a new one. There's it seems that there is more LEDs, so it's probably more easier for the watch to catch your heart rate. I didn't test it. And the flashlight. That's why I said it's not something that bring much to me with the new model, because on the oldest version, the flashlight was only available on the X model, so the 51 millimeter, and now it's available on all the model. The flashlight, this one. This is something that I like so much. It's a feature that I use every single day. So if you don't want to have the X model but still want the flashlight, it's now possible to have it on the smaller model. Now, if we jump to the Epix, this is very interesting. Let's go on that page. Before, the only thing that was available was this one, which also have drop price. That's great. That's great. That's a fantastic watch. The reason I didn't keep it is because it was only available in the standard size, so the 47 millimeter. I always want to have the X size, the 51 millimeter. And there was no flashlight. I really love the flashlight. Now comes the Pro model. I always recommend to get the Sapphire model at the same price point than the old one with flashlight. And it's now available in 51 millimeter into the X model. That's awesome. That's the only 2 complaints I had against the Epix. It's now solved. I can have the X model with a flashlight, and it comes with the new earth rate, of course. Speaking of battery, on the Fenix model, nothing have changed. You can have the Pro model or not. If you are, let's compare this. Fenix, I don't have all the model, but nothing changed. You can see here, that's the regular model, and that's the Pro model, and that's the regular model. And if I look lower here, it's up to 28 days, 37 with solar, and it's the very same thing on this one too. The battery change from size to another, of course. If the case is smaller, the battery is smaller. So yeah, it's up to 11 days and 14 with the S model, and I don't have the number by heart for the regular model. But what is very interesting also with the Epix, whatever, is that the battery life of the previous model was not so high. So let's see here. I have the older model, the standard 47, and I bring in the 42, 47, and 51 Pro model over here, and let's take a look at the battery. You see now they all have flashlight except the old one, and the battery. Okay, so before we had 16 days of battery, or 6 in always on. This means that because it's an AMOLED display and it drains more battery, by default the screen will turn off when you're not looking at it. So you have to do that gesture to have the screen to wake up and show you the time. So before that was 16 days if you're not looking at it, and 6 days if you're looking at it. Now, what they bring new, so you see the regular model, it's the very same thing, the regular size, but the Pro model is the very same thing. They bring the smaller size that give, of course, less battery, so 10 days or 4 days in always on. But the new model, that's pretty impressive, 31 days and up to 11 days in always on. But 31 days, that's pretty impressive, because I know it's not in always on mode, but it's more than the Fenix. But they always give true time. So unless it's a mistake from them, well, you got more battery time now on the Epix 51mm than the Fenix, except for the solar part. And you now have the flashlight. So the new Epix Pro is something, yeah, that's great. That's great. I would do that change probably for this. But I will keep the Enduro 2 because it gives me even more battery. So apart from that, if you order one of those new watch today, you will get some new features. There is sport modes, team sport mode, so soccer, hockey, football, those kind of things. There is also a new, there is new weather stuff. You can have the, not only you can have the forecast, but you can see the satellite map. Kind of interesting. You also got, you can display waypoint on your itinerary on the map. That wasn't possible before. And was there something else? Oh, there's some new graphic for your training into the widgets, but that's the only new things I did see by searching on the internet. And probably that those new feature will come in a next update, maybe in a few days, weeks, or month on the older model. And when I say older model, it's not really older model because they are still in sale and I don't think they will go away soon. So yeah, is it worth it to upgrade? Only you know. I think if you already have a Fenix X model, don't change it. You already have a great watch and you will not have much, well, you will have the new heart rate sensor and it's pretty much, that's it. It's pretty much, that's it. If you have the smaller model, well then maybe it's worth it just to have the flashlight. I really use it every day. I won't get a new watch without it. But with the Epix model, I think the new bigger model is very interesting. If you already have the smaller, the flashlight. It's always about the flashlight. So, and also if you don't have one of those and you want to upgrade, I think just getting in with the older model, just because of the new price point, I think it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting to get the new price point. That is really, really much interesting. 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 Well, only you know. So if you have any question, please ask me in the comment. That will be my pleasure. I answer every day. And if you want to buy, well, there's my link in the description. So I hope this was helpful. Have a great day. See ya.